Good afternoon and welcome, and thank you for joining us today. Have you had a good time at YoMo so far? Yes? I can't hear you. Have you had a good time? Thumbs up. I love it. So does my voice sound funny to you? Where do you think I come from? Australia. What's Australia famous for? The Opera House? Spiders? You've got spiders here too. Kangaroos? Koalas?
Wallabies.
The Irwin family, yes. -1 though. Minus Steve. Steve, do you know what happened to Steve? He got hit by a stingray tail and he died of a stingray bite by a tail. So, my name is Natalie Cook. I am an Olympian from Australia. Now, who's watched the Olympics before? Who ever wanted to go to the Olympics? What sport? Yeah, do you want to go and be in it or do you just want to watch? Watch. Anyone want to be in it? No one. Yeah, what sport? Swimming, cool. Any other sports? Volleyball. Do you know that we're volleyballers? So I'm going to introduce you to Dane Blanton. Dane is a volleyballer too. Dane won the Olympic gold medal for the United States of America in the Sydney 2000 Olympics. Let's hear it for Dane. And then he went to another Olympics in 2004, but what he's most awesome at is coaching USC, which is just here, the USC sand volleyball program. So he's all about how he can get his girls team from this level to this level so they can win the national championship. How many national championships have you won so far? 3 so far. That's pretty cool. So we're going to hear from Dane soon. Then I want to introduce you to Jen Cassie. Jen Cassie and I used to compete against each other, Australia versus the United States. Right? We used to like box it out on the volleyball court. She won a lot. Okay, she's really good. She won a silver medal at the London Olympics with her partner April. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's hear it. And she is now coaching her teammate April to go to the next Olympics. Now, where's the next Olympics? Earth. That's a good start. Where else? Tokyo next year. So she's now a coach of her old partner April to see if she can get them. What do they want to do, Jen? What does April and Alex want to win?
Does anybody know?
What would someone going to the Olympics want to win? A gold medal. It's pretty cool, huh? So that's what Jen is now coaching. And then we've got Tara. Tara, pronounce your last name, please. Shuklowski. Tara is from Technovation. She is all about helping the girls empower not only themselves but the world through innovation, technology, and entrepreneurialism. Does that sound cool? We'll hear about Tara's awesomeness. And this is Jeremiah Yang from Silicon Valley. Yeah. And Tara's from San Francisco too. So he is into wellness technology. So who uses technology? Right, so Jeremiah is all about the wellness part of technology and how we can use technology to help us stay well and healthy. Would you be interested in knowing more about that? Okay, now, I told you I was Australian. I told you my name was? Natalie, very good. And I went to the Olympics, how many times do you think? 3, 7, no. 5. 5. Now, if you go to 5 Olympic Games, how many years is that playing? Not 20, because there's 4 years between Olympics. So between me and Jen and Dane, there are 8 Olympic Games. There are 4 Olympic medals. That's pretty cool, huh? Have you ever seen an Olympic medal? Ever? There's one. Let's see what else you got, Jen. Jen's got bigger. Look at that. It got bigger with technology.
It's silver, but it's bigger.
It's bigger. And then look at that one. These are matching. Look at that. I did. I had that re-dip. Now, for one more show, and then we're going to get on with it. This is the silver medal, so now we have... So now we have a set. Gold, silver, and bronze. That's pretty cool, huh?
Very cool.
You can clap now. Okay, cool. So, enough about me and more about my friends. So I gathered my friends to come and talk to you about how you can go and do whatever it is you want to do in the world. It doesn't mean winning Olympic gold medals if that's what you don't want to go to the Olympics, but what's your gold medal in your world? And how can you change the world and be the best you can be? That'd be cool? So let's start. Who do you want to start with? Jen. Let's start with Jen. So Jen is coaching the top team, like I said, from the United States. Jen, what I want to know is when you were competing, some of the skills you used to be the best you can be, what were they? How do you show up to practice every day and try and be the best you can be? What do you need?
I need a list. Okay, I started every day with a list. It's because I can't remember everything. You just can't remember everything. And I don't know, maybe you guys can, you're younger, but I had a list of I needed my swimsuit, I needed my glasses, I needed my tape, I needed my water, I needed maybe an Advil, I needed a snack, I needed my towel, and all of this was on a checklist that I kept in the back of my car. So every day I would open my car and I would look at this checklist and be like, oh, gotta go get my glasses. Oh, gotta go get this, and it was something that just kept me accountable. And so I would show up. It's like showing up for a class and you're like, oh, I don't have my homework, or oh, I forgot my glasses and I can't see, or whatever it is. You can really take this into any part of your life, but I was prepared every single day, and that's half of it, is just showing up prepared.
So preparation, and starts with L. What is it? List. Very important. So does April and Alex do the same thing?
No, they don't. They forget stuff all the time. It drives me bananas. And I'm not perfect, and I forget things all the time. I've got kids, and I forget everything. But when I know that I'm getting on that kind of tangent, I make myself a list. And it's something so easy. You can do it on your phone. You have the note section, and you just make that list, and every single day you do that same thing, and you're prepared. I wish my team would do it.
Okay, we need to make them do that. They need a list. Very
They
important.
Need a list. Does anybody make lists here? Okay. What list do you guys make? Anybody?
What's on your list?
Yeah, what's on your list?
Groceries? What about what you pack for school?
Yeah, don't make your mom or dad do it. You guys got to do it.
Homework?
Okay.
Very good. So we need a list. That's gold medal tip number 1 right there. A list. Now, Tara. Tara has one of the coolest backgrounds ever. She wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. And then who wants to be an aeronautical engineer? One. Awesome. Have you got NASA on you somewhere? No. I thought it was about space, but it's actually about planes. And then one day she decided she wanted to do something else. Tara, tell us about that.
So I grew up in India, and I really loved watching birds when I was a little girl. And I wanted to be a pilot. And at that time, they weren't accepting girls into the Indian Air Force. And then when I was 13, they actually started to let girls come into the Indian Air Force. So I was super, super excited until I saw the requirements. And for the requirements, you actually had to have a leg length, which means from your hips to your ankles of 36 inches. Actually, sorry, 39 inches. And I was only 36 inches, and I wasn't going to grow that long, grow that much. So I was very, very upset, but then I was like, I can do something. And so I spent 3 summers. I asked my dad to make these 2 bars that we hung from a tree, and I spent hours hanging upside down, reading, trying to see if I could get my hip length to increase. So after hanging upside down for 3 summers, nothing happened. So I was like, okay, I cannot be a pilot anymore, but I could still design airplanes. And so I became an aerospace engineer. And then I came to, actually to California to do my PhD at USC. And I was kind of seeing that there's an interesting problem that not many girls want to do mechanical engineering things or build things with their hands. And that was surprising to me because building things and creating things gives you a tremendous sense of satisfaction. And so I decided that an even bigger problem and an even more exciting problem than building an airplane was trying to inspire young girls like I was once to actually tackle huge problems. And so I started Technovation, which is the world's largest technology entrepreneurship competition for girls your age. And so you get to pick a problem that you care about. And it can be something that you have been frustrated about, and then you create a mobile app to actually solve it because you have the power to do that. And we just help you with mentors and the technology platform. So I'll pause there.
That's awesome. Who's got something in the world they would like to solve, a problem or a challenge? Yeah? What would the problem be that you care about enough that you would like to change? The way people communicate now isn't very efficient. I think that's awesome for you to find a way to create more efficient communication. That'd be a good one, Tara. We would back that. Yeah. Okay, Jeremiah.
Hi.
Jeremiah is so cool. He comes out of Silicon Valley. Now, where I'm from in Australia, Silicon Valley is like really famous. It's famous for where all the big ideas are supposed to come from. But now I know that you've got big ideas that can come from all over the world. And in Australia, we thought they all came from Silicon Valley. So Jeremiah's going to talk to you about how we can use technology to create our wellness and our health. Jeremiah, over to you.
Yes, I had a chance to talk to some of you. So raise your hand if you have a phone. Okay, many of the hands. Not everybody has a phone, and that's okay too. Here's another question. How many of you fall asleep with the phone right next to you? Be honest. Okay. All right, so that's something we need to be especially mindful and be careful not to become too addicted to our phones. And this is something that Silicon Valley and all of my friends who work on creating technology are very worried about. In fact, there's a feature in your phone called screen time. Who's heard of screen time? Oh gosh, how many of you have it turned on? Okay, about half of the people who said they raised their hand. So that's a really good thing to do, is to see how much you're using the phone. So here's a guess. Does anybody know how many times we touch our phone per day? Huh? What did you say? 1,000? Yes, it's in the thousands. Do the panelists know? 70,000? No, that's a lot. Yes, so you're closest. It's almost 3,000 times we touch the phone. In fact,
3,000 times.
it's 2,600 times we touch the phone on average.
Wow.
We touch the phone more than we touch our loved ones, our families, or hugs to other people. So really think, yes, there, I see some friendly, some patties there. That's really good. So we need to think about how can we make sure that we use technology, the technology does not use us. So make sure that you own your phone, that phone does not own you. So be really mindful that it belongs to you, not the other way around.
So what would be one quick tip around that? Like, one of my tips is that I always make sure my phone is plugged in a room that's not my bedroom
Right.
when I go to sleep. So
That's
do
a
you do
good
that
one.
too? Yeah, cool. And so what else? Would you have another tip?
Yeah, another one is not to use your phone 1 hour before you're ready to go to bed. And you can also put on notifications to tell your friends that might be texting you, oh, I'm in sleep mode. There's a thing called driving mode, but many of you probably may not be driving yet. So you can turn those on. And also there's a do not disturb mode. So if people message you in the middle of the night or there's notifications, that's not going to wake up because you know how important sleep is to you, right?
Great. Who gets 8 hours sleep a night? Who gets 10? Who gets 5? Around 5? Well, as an athlete, it was, how many did you like to get a night, Jen?
9.
9. I wanted 10. If I didn't get 10, I was really upset. I could sleep 12, but I made sure I got 10. What about you, Dane?
I try to get 8, but now that I have a little one, I'm only getting about 5 and a half.
Because he's got a little one. I've got a little one too. Jen's got little ones. We've all got little ones. 24 hours sleep. Do you know that a koala sleeps 20 hours a day? So us Australians are trying to be koalas. Okay, Dane, I want to know from you, like, we won our gold medals nearly 20 years ago. They weren't born, right? So I want to know what has inspired you to want to take the next generation of American girl volleyball players to be the best in the country, and how you help them be better every day.
Well, yeah, I had so many people that were mentors for me, and now that I'm a coach, my biggest thing is to try to pull out the best player that you can be in an individual. And also, I think it's so important for you guys to find what you're passionate about. That's the number one thing. I have some players, we were just talking about it earlier, you always have a few players on your team that might not want to be on that team. They might want to be doing something else. So at your age right now, the best thing for you guys to do is explore everything that you can to find out what you are passionate about. And then once you start to go down that path, try to be the best version of yourself, not compare yourself to who's to your right or who's to your left. Try to be the best you. And that's what I try to bring out in my players constantly, every single day, to find that passion and try to do the best job that they can and not compare themselves to others.
That's great advice. Good clap. Clap, clap, clap. Okay, so being yourself is really important. It's something I took a long time to discover. Once I realized that this was myself, I got real comfortable. When you get comfortable, then you can express yourself however you see or feel you want to do. Now, Jen, you just said that it was very difficult to get April and Alex to write a list. So how do you influence them to get the result that I know they want and you want for them? What's the secret to having them follow some of the things they need to do to get better?
It's a lot like parenting. If you tell your daughter, if I were to tell you right now, you need to do 10 push-ups, she's going to say, I'm not doing that. You know, she's going to laugh at me. I explain why. I give them my reasons, and then I let it go. My girls need to discover the things that they know are right or the things that work on their own. And that's when it sticks. So like Dane was saying, you guys need to find your passion. Nothing your parents can tell you, or you guys have to play the piano. You're probably not going to want to play the piano. You guys need to find that on your own. And that's what my girls do, is I give them little tidbits here and there, like I give my kids. And then I wait to see. I wait to see how long, to see if they can get there. Like, who here plays a sport for fun? Who here? Or for competitiveness? Who here plays a musical instrument? Okay, who here draws? Awesome. Now, do you guys love doing that? Is it something that you wake up and say, I want to do that right now? That is something that you can do for the rest of your life, and you can do so well for the rest of your life, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I really like to draw, and I am horrible at it. If you were put it next to an artist, I'm very bad at it, but yet it gives me joy, and I love it. Do you guys have things like that that you do because you're not great at it? Anybody? What do you like to do that you're not great at? To write songs. That's amazing. Well, it doesn't matter if you love it, it makes you feel good. But so anyway, back to what Nat said, really I try to inspire them by giving them they pay for me to give my advice, essentially, whether they listen to it or not, but I don't push them. And I try to maneuver them in ways that kind of inspire them.
Awesome. So Tara, you just heard that one of the secrets then was understanding why you want to do something, what you're passionate about, why you're passionate. And I think that's really important in entrepreneurialism and innovation. Do you work a lot on that passion and the why?
So I have a slightly different point of view. When people say follow your passion, sometimes you don't know what you like. And sometimes even adults don't know what they like or are passionate about. And sometimes it may be helpful to not pay so much attention to yourself and what you like and to what somebody else needs. And then if you're looking into what your community needs, what your family needs, or what your country needs from you, I think you may be able to find what makes you passionate, because you have turned your attention to the broader world. And if you're able to help someone, that's an incredibly powerful feeling. And then you begin to understand more about yourself, because it's like a mirror. So, for example, there was a team of girls who participated in Technovation many years ago. They were from East LA, and they created a really cool app to help people who were blind navigate the bus system in LA. And from doing that, they learned a lot about the bus system in LA and what were the problems, and also about the challenges that this community of blind people and who are supporting. So it opened up a whole different world for them, and they realized how lucky all of us are to have two eyes that work. And so it's a whole another way of living, right? You go through life not noticing these things. And so my advice is ask others how you can help them, and then maybe think about how technology can help solve a lot of those problems.
Great advice. Okay, Jeremiah, so
Yes.
you're in the capital of new ideas, and what are the trends we're seeing in wellness and technology?
Oh,
how
yeah.
how can it help us?
One of the trends we're seeing is there's lots of meditation apps you can download on your phone. How many of you meditate? Okay, two hands. So this is something they're teaching in schools now, and it can just be about finding a quiet time just to think about your own thoughts. Jen, you use a meditation app. What is it that you use?
I use Insight Timer. I found it about a year ago. It has so many different courses you can take. It's 10 minutes a day, some of them. So every morning, I wake up at 6 a.m., get my feet on the ground, and I go sit in the area that I've designated, and I spend, right now it's about 15 minutes.
Yep.
And it's like a chant, right, that I'm doing right now. So if you guys don't have these apps, pick your favorite song.
And even YouTube.
Yeah, any of these things. And you spend 15 minutes singing this song over and over again, because I'm happy, da, da, da. You're closing your eyes. You have your focus just on you, and that's all you're thinking about is you at that moment. Things start to change, and it's really something empowering. So you don't need to have, the money to buy a $50 app or anything like that, but you can't. It's out there. The resources are there for you, and it's something I wish I would have learned at your age. That's for sure.
Yes, I wish I learned it at your age as well. And we're so distracted by all the TV shows and the Netflix and the YouTube and all the things happening at school. So finding that quiet time for you to really focus your mind, because your mind controls how your relationship, how you're going to react to other people. It's going to really help you with your schoolwork. So this is something to do, and we're seeing this happening in the tech world as well.
So when I started playing volleyball, my coach, and I was your age, my coach would say, focus. And I'm like, on what? And now we were playing a sport that had a ball, so I thought at least I'll start on the ball. Let's focus on the ball. But you know what happened when I played volleyball? There were 6 of us on indoor volleyball and 2 on the beach. I'd focus on the ball, and then I'd run into my teammates. So then I had to work out that it wasn't just focusing on the ball, it was focusing on my environment and really paying attention. And you might have heard a word called awareness. So meditation sometimes, well, actually, what do you think the word meditation means? What do you think it means? Calming. Sorry, that's the accent thing. Sorry, that's my problem. Calming, what else? Anyone have any other definitions of meditation? Time to relax the body and the mind. Now, it doesn't mean that your thoughts will ever stop. When I first started meditation, I don't know about you, Jen, but I thought, I'm not very good at this. I like to be good at things. I thought I had to stop my thoughts. You don't. You can either sing them or watch them or pay attention or just do something within your mind and body space. So meditation is a key, and like Jen said, you can. What was the name of your app?
Insight Timer.
Do you have to buy that one?
There is an option where you don't have to.
Okay.
And you
Also
can just
Calm.
Start. Yep,
Calm.
Calm.
Calm, and there's free, and then there's paid, and there's also YouTube videos that will teach you how to meditate. It's very hard to start meditating without knowing what to do. So you do need a guide, and it can be on your phone.
Oh, so where is it? If it's not on my phone, where is it?
Inside of your mind.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. I'm gathering some information here. First, we got a list. Then we got to be ourselves and do things we're passionate about from Dane. And do things that might help others. And now we got to meditate. This is how we're going to get to become the people we would like to be in our world, and how we're going to make a difference. So, Dane, I was at the beach volleyball courts at USC the other day watching about 25 girls compete. Now, when they're competing and get in that space, do you see a difference in the girls from when they train to when they compete? And what do you think the disconnect is sometimes? Because I see people train really good, and then when they compete, something happens.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The trick for a good coach is to try to put your team in situations that are going to be tougher than competition. But it's a lot easier said than done, because we all kind of hype up our competitions, and sometimes when we get into it's just like taking a test. When you walk in that classroom and it's test day to take the final, sometimes you get a little too nervous. So trying to really calm yourself and to practice like you want to compete. I think the misconception to a lot of kids coming up is that they can turn it on at any time. And it's very difficult to do that. If you are not prepared to go to that next level when that whistle blows in competition, then you get nervous. And so my job is to emulate that competition with practice, so when we compete, it's almost like dessert. You know, it's like we're just ready to perform what we have always done. And one thing I always tell my athletes and my students that I speak with is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay, so that means try new things, because if you're not failing, you're not falling on your face, you're not making mistakes, you're not going to be getting better. So you have to try new things. It's so easy to stay in the lane of comfort and not veer in and out, because it's your safe place, you're not going to make any errors, but you're also not going to grow. So someone who's failing, someone who's tripping, someone who's serving the ball into the net, out of bounds, trying new things is going to start to advance if you're not trying new things. So really explore new things, even if it makes you feel really uncomfortable.
Okay, so an easy way to do that is to do something this afternoon or tomorrow that you're afraid of. So what would you be afraid of? What do you... Scary clowns. Are they easy to find on the street? Maybe not. We'll see. What else are you afraid of? Anyone?
Oh, maybe walking up to a stranger and making a new friend?
Oh, that'd be cool. There's plenty of strangers in there. On your way out, you can go, hi. You just have to go, hi. Right? Jumping off a building. Okay, well, that would need a bit of, like, equipment. You would need to have the parachutes or the harness or something, because I'd be afraid of that, too.
Doing math in my head is something I am not great at, and it scares me when I have to do it on the fly. So today I will try that. Okay. Instead of using my calculator on my phone or writing it down, I'm going to work on it in my head.
Good idea, Jen.
Maybe a fitness challenge you could do on your own, like try to do a certain amount of burpees or sit-ups.
Okay, does everyone know what a burpee is? Yeah. So how many burpees would scare you to do? 2? 5? 10? So maybe you could do that many that would scare you. That's a good idea. 200. Okay, so you can do 199 without being scared. That's awesome.
Sign her up, Dane.
Sign her up.
I'm scared.
So that's a good leeway, Jeremiah, going into the fitness side. Do you think it's important in wellness and what you're seeing in the trends that we have to move our bodies?
So absolutely, that's how we know we're alive. Moving bodies, and that's important. So you can track your steps, and that's a really easy thing to do. Who's tracking your steps? Raise your hand. Okay, on each of your phones, you can turn on the ability for it to see how many steps you take per day. And every day you could try to take a few more steps and make sure you're moving around. And this is really key because many Americans are not moving enough, and we're not as healthy as we used to be 50 years ago. So this is really important to move our bodies.
Okay.
Critical.
So that's a great, easy way to do it. Dane, how many steps have you done today, Dane?
We were just talking about that. This is not a good day. I'm under 6,000 right now, but I was saying when I do exercise in the morning or play basketball, I'm probably at around 13,000 right now. And a good day for me is 20 to 25,000. That's like a really strong day, but I'm pretty active.
Okay, so generally we talk about 10,000 steps is a good marker. So there's an indication of 23,000. You're now sort of Olympians.
My goal, though, my goal is 12,500.
Okay.
My goal is 12,500.
And his steps are bigger than most people's steps, too, so wow.
Big steps. Okay, Tara, so I have a question about being an entrepreneur or an innovator in technology. Do you need to have something special? How do you know that you find a good one that's going to be great in that?
I think you just have to have a problem that you really care about, or somebody, or you care about somebody who has the problem, and that will really propel you, because it's going to take some time and some effort, like training for the Olympics. But all of us are capable of doing that. It's just that it takes, the first step is to try something hard. So you can, I would say, go on to technovation.org and sign up. That itself will be really cool, because you'll see girls from all around the world who never coded before, never created an app, never started, didn't know anything about launching a company, and they just did that little step because they're like, I have nothing to lose, I'm going to try something. So I think that curiosity can take you pretty far, and then just keep coming back, just do one little thing at a time, and then you'll accomplish. So somebody who doesn't give up is the key indicator of somebody whom you want to support. But if you're passionate about something, you will not give up.
So the first step is going to the website and signing up.
Go to Technovation and sign up. We would love to have you.
And then what do they get?
You will learn that you you can find a team. You can join with your teammate or a friend and start the curriculum and join the competition. So you have to find a problem, create an app. You learn how to create a pitch video. You will learn how to create a company. You learn how to be an entrepreneur. And then you submit everything in April and into the competition. And you will compete with 20,000 girls from all around the world. And so you'll get to see what girls your age from all around the world are thinking. And that's super, super, super cool to realize that you are not alone. And there are amazing girls like you, who think like you, who may be afraid. In Cambodia, in Malaysia, in Kenya, in Brazil, in London, everybody is facing similar challenges, and we can all tackle them.
Great. So Jen, your team are getting ready for Tokyo. It's less than a year to go. And as Olympians, when they wake up every day, they have their own techniques to be their best. Give us an insight, maybe from your time. We've heard about your list. What else do you have to do to never give up, like Tara talked about, and to be the best you can be every day? What else do you need to do?
Life is a lot about the choices that you make on a daily basis, and these aren't huge choices. These are little choices, like what am I going to eat for breakfast today? What am I going to drink water before school? What am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to have for dinner? So you guys see a theme here. It's about what you're putting in your body. If I was a Ferrari, would I put the best gas I could get, or would I put the worst gas in? Put the best gas in, right? That's for sure not Doritos and Cheerios, really, or even, a big slab of meat. You guys know where I'm getting? So about 6 months ago, I decided that I was going to eat only plants and veggies. Who ate plants or veggies this morning? Some? What do you guys have for breakfast normally? Cereal? Okay. That's probably made of plants somewhere. What about for lunch? What are we eating? Chips. Okay. Now, do you guys think that's going to help you during your day? Or do we think like maybe a salad or a sandwich with vegetables in it, or no? You don't think that's better? So for me, as an athlete, I would always try to prepare the best meals that I could and look at that menu and go, what is going to fuel me through my practice and make me be the best person that I can be today? And those are harder choices. That's the hardest choice that you're going to make today, maybe, is what you're going to eat. So I want you guys to look maybe even at this cafeteria, or if your mom says, hey, do you want this or this? And you guys pick rice and beans instead of a big, gigantic hamburger. You will feel the difference, especially right here. Okay? And I think so those little tiny choices every day, you have that 3, 4, 5 times a day. Just make that choice and say, nope, I won't have that. I'm going to have this. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, so every day making the choice is the key, right? How do I make myself better? How do I perform better? And a lot of that is from what you put in your body. Not only your food, but your thoughts. And the thoughts you put in your head, and the thoughts your friends or family or teachers or coaches put in your head. So if you're around people that aren't supporting you, then maybe just walk away and find someone that's going to uplift you and be your friend in your head and help you with good food choices. So Jeremiah.
Yes.
I'm really excited about wellness and technology and how it's going to help us moving forward. So we've talked about a few tips. Do you have any other tips for the kids?
I do. Let's talk about our emotions. Yeah, yes. So how many of you have been happy in the last month? How many of you have been sad in the last month? I saw way more sad hands than happy hands. And I'm sorry to hear that. Being happy and sad is part of what we do. We're humans. We feel things, and that's okay. But how we react to it is really important. And if you are finding that you don't have the right people around you to help you, there's actually some free apps that you can use. One of them that I recommend that you can download, and it's free, is called WoeBot. W-O-E-B-O-T. W-O-E-B-O-T. And this is a friendly app, and it's a robot that can talk to you about how are you feeling, and it teaches you things on how to manage your feelings. So you can learn, just like Jen said, to think about to manage your diet. These apps can teach you how to think about your emotions and learn how to react to your emotions. And this is a helpful thing. And it's there for you 24/7 by hour, every hour. And maybe you're feeling really sad in the middle of the night. You have nobody to talk to. And it won't judge you. It won't make you feel bad because it's a robot. And so those are some ways you can learn some new skills. But of course, if you're feeling really bad, talk to your teachers and your doctors and your parents, of course.
Awesome. Can I have a WoeBot too?
You can have a WoeBot.
Yeah, who's going to get a WoeBot? Just us. Cool. And June. Thanks, June. Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to wrap it up. We're nearly finished because I know that the day you're going to go home soon or back into to school or get on the bus and do something that scares you or that you're afraid of, right? Jen's going to do maths in her head when she calculates buying her salad and her smoothie, how much it's going to cost, plus tax, plus tip. Did you know in Australia we don't tip? Can you believe that? I came over to America my first time I was here and I didn't leave a tip and they chased me out the door. So you have to learn cultures everywhere. In Australia, I think it's in our price already, so we don't tip, okay? I'll give you a tip.
I wouldn't have to do math in my head then. Perfect.
Yeah. Here's my tip. We used to say there's a television commercial. My tip is to go and get a WoeBot or to write a list. That's how we give tips. Okay. So, I think it's funny. Dane laughed. That's good. See, you got to laugh. You have to find ways to make yourself laugh all day. So Jen started her song. Did anyone pick up on the song she was singing? The Be Happy song by Bruno Mars. That's a good-looking moustache. Look at that. So it's really Bruno Mars, the Happy song. And if you can sing that to yourself and find a way to make yourself smile every day, let me tell you that's a good start to being the best you can be. So I'm going to ask each of my panelists to give one last tip, free of charge, to you about how you can be the best version of yourself, the happiest or healthiest, or the most well, so that you can go bust out of these doors, go back to school, and maybe influence, inspire one other person. So my challenge to you is that you take what you've learned here and go and tell someone that wasn't here. You say, oh my goodness, I heard from this amazing Olympian, Jen, and she told me to make a list. Or Tara told me to go and find a problem in the world that I want to solve. Or Jeremiah said, actually, I'm going to put the do not disturb on my phone so that the notifications can't come through. Or Dane has said, let's be ourselves and go out there and find what we're passionate about. So they're going to give you one more tip. If you've got your phone or a pen and you want to write it down, now would be the time. And if there's some good answers, I've got some prizes. So get ready. This is coming to the grand finale. Dane, over to you.
All right, you guys, like Jen was saying, it's the small things that you do every day that are going to make the big difference. It's not going to be one huge extravaganza on one day. It's the small little things. And my biggest tip to you guys is find what you're passionate about, but when you have something that you love to do or something that's really important for you to do it as early in the day as you can and get it done, because we have what's called fatigue and decision fatigue, and by the time you went to school and you go to practice and you get home, it's too late and you don't want to feel like doing it. So whatever it is that you want to get done, even if it's one thing, even if it's one chapter in a book, even if it's one YouTube video you want to watch on your time, maybe right after you do your meditation, do that one thing so you're finished with it before you even get to school in the morning. So that's my one tip.
That's so good. That's a high five right there. Okay. Who liked that Awesome. Okay, Jen.
Okay, my one tip is that you guys, nowadays, kids have to do so much. There's so much homework. You're expected to do everything. You're supposed to do extracurriculars. Getting into college is crazy hard. I would never get into college now if that was the case. But I know you guys work super hard. Let's say you guys have a paper and you're just sitting there and you're so stressed. I just want you to take 5 breaths. I have to do this with my kids
Can we
because
do
they
that
drive
now?
me bananas.
Can we do that now? Ready?
So you just shake it out. Breathe in through your nose. Get it all in, get it all in. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let it out loud. Ah. Okay? You guys could do that 5 times. You could stand up, you could do a jumping jack. Whatever it is, you will feel refreshed. Get that body full of oxygen. Okay? I know you guys can do that. That's free. Easy.
Okay, high five, low five. Woo! Okay, Tara, your turn.
I would ask you to think about what was frustrating you maybe yesterday or recently, and think about if there would be an app that could make that frustration go away, and then go build it.
From technovation.org.
Technovation.org.
Yeah, go build it. Okay, Jeremiah. Drum roll.
This is an easy
Everyone,
one.
hold on. Drum roll, ready? Drum roll. This is movement. Even doing things like this is good movement.
All right, here it is. Don't forget to play. Have fun. Kids in America don't play enough. We're working too much. We're schooling too much. We're doing too much. Go play.
Go play. That is awesome. High five to you too. Okay, so I want you to give the loudest roar like you're at the Tokyo Olympics and Jen's team was playing in the gold medal final for gold medal. Give us a roar. I want to hear it. Woo! And in Australia, we'd go, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi!
That's pretty cool. What do we do in America? USA, US. Let's hear it. US,
Hey.
US.
Hey.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi!
Okay, I'd like to give a very special thank you to the Vodafone Foundation Americas. And we have a wonderful representative here, June, who has sponsored the panel so that we could all be here today to talk to you. Thank you so much, June. Did you learn something? You learned one thing. What would it be? Who wants to share what they learned? What did you learn? Go play. Can you come stand up here, please?
Yes.
Perfect. What did you learn? To do something you're afraid of. Stand up here, please. Healthy by using technology. You can be healthy. Perfect. Up here, please. Find something you're passionate about. And do you have something now, or have you still got to find it? Awesome. Come up here, please. Breath. Take a breath. Okay, up here, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 2 more. I want to hear the loudest 2. I don't even see you. I want to hear it. 1. Find an app for something you're frustrated about. Perfect. And way up the back. Be yourself. Okay, up here, please. The 6 of you. Very cool. High five each other. High five, because we've got to touch each other. Remember, like high five, we touch our phone too many times. High five. Okay, who wants volleyballs? There's 3 volleyballs. 1, 2. Who really wants a volleyball? If you really want something in your life, what do you have to do? If you want something, you might have to do something. What do you have to do?
Jump!
Cool. So you actually have to do something. Often we sit in our seat, we're like, I'd like that. Hold on, where are you going? This is what happens, right? We're like, I'd like that. Too hard. Oh, too hard. And then you don't get anything. And then she left. Why did you leave? This is life. She left because she thought that was it. There wasn't anything else. Now, I said I had 6 presents. I only gave out 3. Don't ever leave the scene. You stay around long enough, right? Because now you can get a book about me called Go Girl. These are my secrets. Who else is left? Oh, I got 7 up here. Now, okay, this is life. We've got one here that doesn't have something. Normally what happens? She gets upset. She's like, I missed out. What else are you thinking? She's like, oh, that's it. But she might cry. Now, this happens in the world. This happens in our lives. And then next time she might not come, which is, all I can tell you in life is you always keep going to the front. You always keep waiting for some good stuff to happen in your life. And when it's there, you've got to jump and grab it. So you're lucky I got another one. Do you want a ball or a book? A ball? Okay. Hands in. We're going to say YoMo on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. YoMo! Okay, awesome.
Nat, I don't think we signed that one.
We did, Dane.
I only signed 3.
Okay. I signed 4. The boys have to sign the other 2. So if you're missing Dane, there's Dane on that. Dane and Jeremiah will sign it for you. Did anyone pick up on something I said? Right there at the end, I said I had a ball or a? So if I gave out a ball, what does that mean? I might still have a book. We just talked about if you want something.
There you go.
Okay. That, my friends, is the #1 lesson of the day. You actually have to get up off the couch and do something. Turn to your partners next to you, give yourself a high five, say you're awesome. Go and be awesome in the world. Give my panelists a round of applause. Thank you very much.